Hello Pittsburgh Steelers fans. I'm Jack Markowski and welcome to Steelers Playbook. Here, you'll stay updated with all the latest news about your team, with exclusive analysis and reports straight from the NFL. Today, we're talking about a big name who almost wore the black and gold, Chris Godwin. Before we dive into the story of Chris Godwin and the Steelers, don't forget to hit the like button down below. It's quick, it's free, and it really helps our channel grow. Now let's get into the topic that stirred fans' hearts. Let's talk about Chris Godwin, the wide receiver who almost became a reality in Pittsburgh. For those who don't remember, Godwin was one of the most sought-after names in the free agency market this offseason, and the Steelers were among the top contenders. According to journalist Dan Pompei from The Athletic, along with the Patriots, Pittsburgh was in a direct battle for Godwin before he re-signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a 3-year, $66 million deal. Now, you might be wondering, why were the Steelers so eager to get Godwin? Simple. The offense needed a reliable option to balance the passing game alongside Justin Fields. Godwin has a history of producing even without being the number one target, with impressive yards after catch ability and above-average route-running intelligence. In 2024, when healthy, he recorded 50 receptions, 576 yards, and 5 touchdowns in just 7 games. And that's only part of the context. Even with a serious ankle injury in November that took him out for the rest of the season, Godwin remains an elite WR when he's on the field. Moreover, his experience in complex systems and his key role in the Buccaneers' Super Bowl 55 run show the kind of player who could help Pittsburgh elevate its offensive level. Now, let's shift focus a bit and talk about the Steelers' immediate future in the draft. With George Pickens being traded to the Dallas Cowboys, Pittsburgh needs to reassess its receiving depth, and that could directly influence its upcoming draft picks. One name that has been rising on draft boards is Malik Nabers from LSU, considered by many to be the best wide receiver in the 2025 draft. He had an incredible 2024 season with 1,726 yards and 15 touchdowns, showcasing explosive speed and exceptional skills after the catch. The Steelers have already had conversations with him during the Combine, and indications suggest he would fit perfectly into Russell Wilson's offensive system. Another interesting prospect is offensive lineman Jordan Morgan from Arizona, who could bolster the offensive line, another critical area for the Steelers. With Fields under center, protecting the pocket is essential, and Morgan has the ideal profile to contribute right away in his rookie year. So, even without Godwin, the team seems determined to build a more balanced offensive unit, whether through the draft or strategic moves in the market. Now let's talk about a possible trade that could shake up the franchise's future, and this time it involves a familiar name for Steelers fans, Mason Rudolph. According to recent reports, Pittsburgh is open to trading Rudolph, especially after Mitch Trubisky's departure and Justin Fields being solidified as the starting quarterback. Several teams have shown interest in the 29-year-old backup, including the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets, both looking for an experienced QB to serve as a high-quality backup. A possible trade could bring the Steelers a compensatory pick or a day 3 pick in the 2025 draft, something valuable in a year where depth is crucial. Additionally, clearing Rudolph's salary cap space would provide more flexibility for future moves, particularly on defense. On the Dolphins side, for example, the move makes sense considering Tua Tagovailoa's health issues in recent seasons. As for the Jets, they see Rudolph as a reliable option to support Aaron Rodgers without spending heavily in free agency. So, what do you think? Would Chris Godwin have been the ideal solution for the Steelers' offense, or was sticking with Metcalf and looking to the draft the right call? And does a potential Mason Rudolph trade change the team's future? Let us know your opinion in the comments. In recent hours, one of the most talked about names in the NFL market has been Jaire Alexander, former star of the Green Bay Packers, who was released by the team after 5 seasons in which he shined as one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Despite a history plagued by injuries in recent years, Alexander remains a coveted asset for several teams, including the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are urgently looking to strengthen their defensive lineup. Alexander was selected in the first round of the 2018 draft, 30th overall pick, and quickly established himself as one of the top players at his position. In 2022, he signed a 4-year, $84 million contract extension, making him one of the highest-paid cornerbacks in NFL history. His ability to shut down top opposing receivers, combined with his 2 Pro Bowl selections, places him among the top 2 or 3 players at his position when he's fully healthy. However, since mid-2021, Jaire has struggled with injuries. He played in just 4 games in 2021 due to a serious shoulder injury, and in the following 2 seasons, he also failed to stay consistently on the field, totaling only 14 combined games. Still, his raw talent remains unquestionable, and his physical profile, speed, and coverage ability are still elite. Now, as a free agent, Alexander has the opportunity to find a new home, and the Pittsburgh Steelers appear interested in adding him to their roster. The need in the secondary is clear. Although they recently signed Darius Slay, his performance and health are also in question, especially considering his age and years in the NFL. Bringing in Alexander would be a risky move, but one with the potential to transform the defense if he can return to form. But the Steelers aren't just focused on the present. To secure the future of their defense, they're also evaluating options in the 2025 NFL Draft, and one of the rising names in projections is Derwin James, a cornerback from the University of Michigan. This 22-year-old has caught attention for his ideal physical profile. He stands 6'3", 1.90 meters, and weighs around 195 pounds, 88 kilograms, allowing him to cover bigger outside receivers without sacrificing speed. Marcus closed out his final college season with solid stats, 3 interceptions and 11 passes defended, while also showing great tactical intelligence on the field. He was named team captain in 2024, leading both on and off the field. Due to his versatility and playing style, some analysts have compared him to the legendary Patrick Peterson, highlighting his strength in man-to-man coverage and deep zone schemes alike. If Derwin James continues to climb draft boards and is available near the Steelers' selection, he could be a safe bet to strengthen the secondary long-term. Additionally, his youth and relatively clean injury history make him more appealing than veteran options with physical risks. Meanwhile, another possibility gaining traction is a potential trade for Derwin James, a safety from the Los Angeles Chargers. Considered one of the most complete safeties in the league, James combines coverage skills, hard tackling, and on-field leadership. He has experience playing as a deep safety, box safety, and even as a blitzer, which would fit perfectly in the Steelers' defensive system. The issue, however, is his contract. James still has $12 million guaranteed for the upcoming season, which complicates any potential deal. The Chargers, currently undergoing a salary restructure, may be willing to negotiate his exit, while the Steelers would need to make significant adjustments to their cap space to take him on. Although not an easy move, if Pittsburgh decides to make a serious push for a championship in the coming years, acquiring someone of James' caliber could make a huge difference. His presence would instantly deepen the secondary and bring leadership in key moments. In summary, the Steelers have several paths to improve their defense in 2025, from signing a high-risk veteran like Jaire Alexander to investing in young talent like Derwin James, or even making a bold move for an established star like Derwin James. Each option has its pros and cons, and it will all depend on how the team's leadership views their competitive window. Is it worth taking the risk on Jaire Alexander? Is Marcus the ideal long-term solution? And is it wise to absorb Derwin James' salary cost? Let us know what you think in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any breakdowns. See you in the next video, and let's hope the Steelers stay on the road to success.